The reason Black Ops 4 didn't perform as well as its predecessors is for many little reasons, which can be summed up in a simple phrase. Pick a lane. Black Ops 4 was pulled in so many different directions that fans, and more importantly Treyarch, did not know what they wanted the identity of their game, their story, or their maps to be. This does happen from time to time with a singular map, which would make sense when map design philosophy prior to Black Ops 4 was based on individuality rather than uniformity. What is ironic and almost hypocritical about the statements I just made is that when you apply the design philosophy of creating unity in a single experience versus an entire game mode, you can actually make it work. And the example where this shines the brightest is in one of Treyarch's darling maps of Black Ops 3. This is Eisendrache. Taking place in a medieval castle with snowfall gently hovering around the player, where cool blue tones setting the stage for a chilling yet fantastical experience that places the player into a journey unbeknownst to him. I mean, it has it all. It has everything. It pleases the entire Zombies fanbase and the subsect of fanbases in between those fanbases. I mean, obviously we're going to talk about it, but damn, this map is great. Screw it, roll the intro. When Shadows of Evil launched, Treyarch took the approach of limiting content so as to not totally overwhelm the player with entirely new mechanics. So they reused some ideas from the past, and we've discussed this in Revelations Revisitation. This allowed Treyarch to spend time creating a vast and in-depth environment for us to play in, utilizing the new and old mechanics, while simultaneously allowing things to feel fresh on various playthroughs depending on the order you perform certain actions. But the hardened linearity of the map's quest didn't allow the player to wander too far into confusing territories. But now that Treyarch has established their world, their rules, and what was to come, they could slowly begin to lessen the amount of linearity and design DLC 1 with more player freedom. Sure, there is linearity within this Easter egg, but you can mix it up a bit if you know what you're doing, which I'm sure we all do at this point. That being said, Treyarch didn't leave players out to dry, or perhaps freeze in this case? Get it? Snowy, mountains, castle. No? Okay, I'll shut up. Some of the mechanics that returned are feeding dragons on the walls and receiving a weapon as a reward, finding 3 areas for Pack-a-Punch, and having 4 wonder weapon quests. However, they aren't simple copy and pastes from maps of old, they are simplified versions instead. This really streamlines the process of playing the game and allows you to remember things easily and do what you were supposed to do with video games. Play them. And completing these core fundamentals allows the player to decide which path they want to take and isn't locked into any one playstyle. Do you want to go for a high round attempt? Do you want to complete the main quest? Do you want to do both or some sort of challenge combination of everything? You can, because this map caters to every playstyle. One thing Treyarch does exceedingly well is create fun and unique wonder weapons. From the Wonder Waft to the butt-tickling Scorpion from 9, we have only scratched the surface of Treyarch's creativity. However, nothing really hits home in the Zombies community quite like elemental variants of our wonder weapons. This would be the second time we'd see elemental wonder weapons, our first being in Origins, our second being in Der Eisendrache, and our third iteration is in Ancient Evil. Interestingly enough, each implementation of building and creating the 4 variant wonder weapons becomes more and more streamlined than the time before it. In DE's instance, we utilize a dragon feeding method in order to retrieve our standard bow, only to be able to utilize the weapon to find secret quests, tempting the player to uncover a mystery. All of these upgrade quests, and I don't have to tell you this, lead to some of the most fun and interesting wonder weapons we have seen to date. Obviously, this perspective is subjective, but I love each upgrade quest. I think Treyarch balanced the upgrade process of these wonder weapons perfectly. You don't need 4 players in order to upgrade all 4 bows. You don't need 4 bows for the main quest. The steps are easy enough to remember, yet tedious enough to challenge you if you haven't been keeping up on your zombies killing skills. But most importantly, each quest takes enough time and has enough steps to make each bow feel powerful and worth your time. The upgrade process is meaningful and fits right into whichever playstyle you prefer to go with. With Origins, the upgrade process was insanely long, grueling, and boring if you're not a speedrunner. Fortunately, the staves are insanely overpowered and I love every single one of them and their upgraded counterpart. However, the antithesis is true with Ancient Evil. The process is too easy. The simplification of Ancient Evil's upgrade process makes the weapons feel underpowered, as the quest to service these weapons is all but handed to you. So far, with everything I've claimed about this map, it really sounds like there was simply no innovation whatsoever. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, Treyarch took things from previous maps and placed them into a streamlined fashion, but the way they did it was seriously impressive. You almost forget that they have regurgitated content, and that's quite a feat. Where Treyarch really took things to the next level was blending all of their old ideas and balancing them ever so gently with their new ideas, giving us a true narrative-driven Easter egg to the likes of which we had never seen. I know, Ascension was the first quest, and Moon had narrative elements in its quest as well, but those pale in comparison. As soon as you load into Eisendrache, you can feel that you are on a journey. And it's that powerful narrative drive that sets this Easter egg in motion. We finally start to see and to hear the importance of our character's mission as they are running about the castle. Every area is integral to this Easter egg, making sure that nothing in this map goes to waste. I mean, we even use our bow and arrow to disrupt our standard teleportation system to travel back in time. I mean, come on, come on, you know? The player eventually discovers that by using one of the castle's largest trap mechanisms, we can reroute a rocket back to Earth. And not just back to Earth, but back to the castle. And I will never forget watching the rocket fall from the sky, crash into that clock tower, and destroy the courtyard, only to see Ultimus Dempsey right next to the electricity trap. We continue to follow our trail of breadcrumbs until we notice something from the previous map. There's a keeper here, but I thought we had to deal with Ultimus Dempsey in the cryo chamber. Oh, we do, but there is something we must take care of before completing our mission. Slowly, we begin collecting souls to help the Keeper. The player is bombarded with enemies. Zombies, panzers, and dogs surround us as we fight through the chaos with our elemental bows, feeding the Keeper with souls from the dead. Finally, our goal is complete, until we realize the Keeper's corrupted. Part of Richtofen's plan? Most definitely. The player is then transported to a whole new section of the map. This can't be. Is this our first Treyarch Zombies boss fight? Goddamn right it is. Man, what an experience that was. It was something I will truly never forget. 3 treacherous rounds of skeletons, panzer ambushes, dogs, and floating Keeper skulls chasing me around the arena, all while purifying this Keeper's corrupted soul. It was so much fun. But as all good things come to an end, so did this boss fight. And once the player completes one of the most unique experiences in COD Zombies, they think they can rest. But Treyarch, they were not done, for they have created a cutscene. A cutscene so revered that fans to this day still reference it as one of the most emotional moments in Zombies history. Fans around the world gathered to watch as Primus Dempsey took away his own life, and as the other characters realized they were going to have to do the same things to themselves. Little did we know, it would all be for naught. This map provides such a fulfilling, balanced, and complete experience for fans. This map is something that we are incredibly fortunate to have experienced. Lord knows, art projects as profound as this, well, they're a rarity, and it's something we may never see again. Not because Treyarch isn't talented, not because the Zombies community is a fickle beast, but because it is simply difficult to have the stars align in such a way as they did all those years ago. The community was in the right frame of mind to accept this map. Treyarch was in the right stage of creativity and knew exactly what they wanted to do with the mode. They committed fully to their experimental ideas and executed them without fail. Treyarch also started a dialogue with the community on a level that we had never seen prior. Interest for Zombies was growing at a rate that was unprecedented. Things outside and inside of the game were all happening simultaneously to create one of the best Zombies experiences to date. I truly wish every Zombies fan could have witnessed the era that was Black Ops 3, because what an era it was. There was a level of magic in the air that I had not felt in many years, and I know I'm not alone when I say that. We all looked to Jason Blundell as a hero of our community, and in a sense, he was that hero. There are a few times in life when something bigger than yourself takes hold, whether you are aware of it or not. It can happen at college, at a job, with a movie, or even a band. But now that we have had some time to think back on our experiences with this map, this mode, this franchise, I think it's safe to say that this was the good old days, and I'm damn grateful I was there to experience it. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.